Now, it's hard to imagine, but I'm actually walking on one of the world's great water tanks. It's a vast underground store of water that has sustained and even propelled Perth's exceptional growth over the last 150 years. Now, in the trade, these are known as aquifers, and they deliver us that wonderful resource that we know as bore water. Now, this seems to be one of the few benefits of our vast, deep, sandy soils, and the rainfall goes deep into that soil, that underground reserve, and that's what we draw from for the average garden bore to a depth of 50 to 100 metres. But as our rainfall has plummeted over the last 30 years and stream flows have begun to dwindle, it's not only our dams, but our aquifers are really struggling. So far from being this infinite water resource that's literally on tap to plunder, we need to see bore water increasingly as a precious and scarce resource. If you have a bore like me, then you're pretty lucky, and you can use that bore as a great way to water the garden without needing to use our increasingly scarce and precious mains or scheme water supplies. But I really want to stress that this is not a get-out-of-jail-free card, giving you the chance to water at will. You still need to follow the law, and the rosters for watering apply equally to scheme and bore water users. So my bore gives me 1 extra day's watering a week, just 1. Now, you may well have seen something like this in your local park or reserve. This is a giant bore pump delivering water to keep this wonderful park green. Now, you may have seen sprinklers on in the middle of the day or even when it's raining, but before you pick up the phone to dob in a water waster, it just pays to check what's going on. Most councils are really aware of how precious bore water is, and they've made great strides with the Water Corporation and as a water-wise council to rein in that water use. So most of the time, your council is probably doing irrigation testing. So that means they're checking to make sure the system is working efficiently and to ensure that the bore pump just hasn't seized over the winter break. This is a great thing to do for you to maintain your own garden bore and to make sure it's working efficiently. But it's important to only run maintenance testing on your allocated watering days and to a maximum of 2 minutes per station. So there's no doubt that bore water has been a huge boon for Perth gardeners, but we need to remember it's not an infinite resource. It's precious and it needs to be managed carefully so that our future generations of WA gardeners get the same opportunity to draw from one of the world's truly amazing water resources.